Rembrandt van Rijn was born on July 15, 1606, in the bustling city of Leiden, located in the heart of the Dutch Republic. At the time of Rembrandt's birth, the Dutch Republic was in a period of transition and prosperity, emerging as a major power in trade, commerce and art, amidst the turmoil of the rest of the European continent. The Dutch Golden Age was dawning, characterized by economic growth, cultural flourishing, and the rise of Dutch masters, like Rembrandt himself. Rembrandt was the 9th child born to his parents Harmen van Rijn, a miller, and Neeltgen Willemsdochter van Zuidbroek, a baker's daughter. Leiden, a vibrant center of intellectual and artistic activity, provided a fertile ground for Rembrandt's upbringing. His family was quite well-to-do. His mother was Catholic, and his father belonged to the Dutch Reformed Church. Religion, therefore, is a central theme in Rembrandt's works, and the religious, strained time he lived in makes his faith a matter of interest. Rembrandt was raised in a large family and was surrounded by 8 siblings. Yet he stood out early on, with his innate curiosity and artistic inclination. From a young age, Rembrandt displayed a fascination with drawing and painting, spending hours immersed in sketching the world around him. Despite his parents' initial hopes of him pursuing a more conventional career path, Rembrandt's passion for art was undeniable. Recognizing his talent, his parents eventually supported his artistic pursuits, setting him on a path that would forever alter the course of art history. As Rembrandt grew up in Leiden, he found inspiration in the vibrant cultural landscape of the city. With its prestigious university, renowned artists, and bustling marketplaces, Leiden provided Rembrandt with a rich tapestry of experiences to draw from. He would often wander the streets, observing the bustling life around him, sketching scenes of everyday existence with a keen eye for detail. Rembrandt's formal education began at a Latin school in Leiden, where he received a classical education in subjects such as Latin, Greek, and history. However, it was his extracurricular activities, his hours spent sketching in the margins of his textbooks and exploring the city's art scene, that truly ignited his imagination. He would often visit local workshops and studios, observing the techniques of established artists and seeking inspiration for his own work. At the age of 14, in 1620, Rembrandt enrolled at the University of Leiden, where he studied briefly, before deciding to pursue a career in art. Although he left university without completing his degree, his time there exposed him to a diverse range of ideas and disciplines, laying the groundwork for his future artistic endeavors. Rembrandt's decision to pursue a career in art was met with both enthusiasm and skepticism from his family and peers. At the University of Leiden, he began his apprenticeship with Jacob van Zwanenburg, a local painter, known for his historical and biblical scenes. Under Zwanenburg's tutelage, Rembrandt honed his skills in drawing, composition, and the use of light and shadow, techniques that would become hallmarks of his later work. After completing his 3-year apprenticeship with Zwanenburg, Rembrandt continued his studies briefly under Pieter Lastman, a prominent painter in Amsterdam. Lastman's influence on Rembrandt was profound, introducing him to the dramatic storytelling and rich colors of Italian Renaissance art. It was during this time that Rembrandt began to develop his own distinctive style, characterized by its bold brushwork, expressive use of light, and psychological depth. Rembrandt stayed a few months with painter Jacob Pinas in 1625. Despite his burgeoning talent and early successes, Rembrandt's path to becoming a master painter was not without its challenges. The death of his parents in 1624 and 1627 respectively left him emotionally and financially adrift, forcing him to rely on his own resourcefulness and determination to survive. However, these hardships only served to fuel his ambition and drove him to excel in his chosen profession. By the time Rembrandt reached his late adolescence, he had already established himself as a young promising artist on the Dutch art scene. His early works, such as The Stoning of Saint Stephen and The Raising of Lazarus, demonstrated a remarkable maturity and skill, hinting at the brilliance that would come to define his later career. In 1625, at the tender age of 19, Rembrandt opened his first studio in Leiden, a city teeming with life, culture, and intellectual ferment. Despite his youth, Rembrandt's talent and ambition were evident from the outset, as he embarked on a quest to establish himself as a painter of note in the bustling city. During this formative period, Rembrandt's work began to exhibit the hallmarks of his signature style, characterized by its mastery of light, shadow, and emotion. Paintings such as The Anatomy Lesson of Dr. Nicolaas Tulp, 1632, and The Blinding of Samson, 1636. These served as early milestones in Rembrandt's artistic journey, showcasing his ability to imbue his subjects with a profound sense of humanity and depth. Tragedy struck in 1631, with the passing of Rembrandt's beloved father, Herman Gerritzoon van Rijn, leaving the young artist reeling from grief and loss. Yet, even in the face of personal sorrow, Rembrandt's determination to succeed only grew stronger, propelling him forward on his quest for artistic excellence. In 1631, seeking new opportunities and greater artistic freedom, Rembrandt made the bold decision to relocate to Amsterdam, the vibrant capital of the Dutch Republic. The move marked a significant turning point in his career, as he sought to establish himself in the competitive art scene of the bustling city. Rembrandt wasted no time in making his mark, quickly gaining recognition for his innovative approach to painting and his keen insight into the human condition. During this period of artistic exploration and experimentation, Rembrandt's style underwent a profound transformation, as he began to delve deeper into the realms of light, shadow, and psychological depth. Works such as The Night Watch, The Nachtwacht, 1642, and The Jewish Bride, 1667, exemplify this evolution, capturing the complexity of human emotion with a richness and intensity that remains unparalleled to this day. In 1634, Rembrandt took a momentous step in his personal life, entering into marriage with Saskia van Uylenburg, the daughter of a wealthy art dealer. Their union marked the beginning of a passionate and tumultuous relationship, characterized by love, devotion, and occasional strife. Despite the challenges they faced, Rembrandt and Saskia shared a deep bond that would endure throughout their lives. Over the years, Rembrandt's family expanded with the arrival of 4 children, 3 of whom survived infancy. Their son, Titus, would become a frequent subject in Rembrandt's later works, immortalizing their bond for future generations to admire and cherish. Yet, amid the joys of family life, Rembrandt's personal relationships were not without their share of trials and tribulations. Professional rivalries, financial setbacks, and legal disputes tested his resilience and resolve. Yet, through it all, his commitment to his art remained unwavering, providing solace and purpose in the face of adversity. During the late 1630s and early 1640s, Rembrandt's career reached new heights of success and recognition. His innovative use of light and shadow, combined with his masterful techniques and keen sense of emotion, set him apart from his peers and solidified his reputation as a master painter. In 1636, Rembrandt completed one of his most celebrated works, The Blinding of Samson, a monumental canvas that showcased his ability to capture the drama and intensity of biblical narratives. The painting was met with critical acclaim and cemented Rembrandt's status as a leading figure in the Dutch art world. Despite his professional success, Rembrandt faced mounting financial difficulties in the 1640s, made worse by his extravagant lifestyle and declining popularity among patrons. His marriage to Saskia was also marred by tragedy, as she succumbed to illness, most likely tuberculosis, in 1642, leaving Rembrandt grief-stricken and alone. After Saskia's illness and death, the widow Geertje Dix was hired as Titus' caretaker and dry nurse. At some time, she also became Rembrandt's lover. In May 1649 she left and charged Rembrandt with breach of promise and asked to be awarded alimony. In early 1649, Rembrandt began a relationship with the 23-year-old Hendrikje Stoffels, who had initially been his maid. In October 1654 they had a daughter, Cornelia. In the years that followed, Rembrandt's personal and professional life continued to unravel, culminating in his bankruptcy in 1656. Previously, he had already transferred his house to his son. Despite these setbacks, Rembrandt remained determined to continue painting, drawing inspiration from the tumultuous events of his own life and the world around him. The authorities and his creditors allowed him to keep his tools, so he could still generate income. Rembrandt did lose the guardianship of his son, and with it, the controls over his actions. Over 360 items were sold in auction in November 1653. And after the selling of his house, him and his family moved to a place at the Rozengracht. In the twilight years of his life, Rembrandt's artistic output remained prolific, with works such as Self-Portrait with Two Circles, around 1665, and The Return of the Prodigal Son, around 1669, reflecting his introspection and resilience in the face of adversity. Despite his diminished fortunes and declining health, Rembrandt continued to explore new avenues of expression, experimenting with etching and printmaking in addition to his traditional painting. Rembrandt outlived both Hendrikje and his son Titus. But on October 4, 1969, the 63-year-old Rembrandt van Rijn passed away. There is no record of illness. He was buried 4 days later in a rented grave in the Westerkerk, next to Titus and Hendrikje. The exact location of his grave is still to this day unknown. Rembrandt's legacy endures to this day, a testament to his enduring genius and profound impact on the world of art. His innovative use of light and shadow, combined with his deep psychological insight and emotional resonance, continue to inspire artists and art lovers around the globe. As we reflect on his life and work, we are reminded of the timeless power of art to illuminate the human experience and transcend the limits of time and space. Thank you for listening. Liking our video and subscribing to our channel would help us greatly. Bedankt.